Hi folks, let's take a look at how you can set up a simple hinged system using rigid body physics in Blender. So I'm just scaling the default cube by constraining the z-axis and add an empty object. Now hinge constraints in Blender rotate around the z-axis, so I am orienting the empty accordingly. And let's organize this further. It's called this collection rigid bodies, where all the geometry will reside, and then all the constraint empties will be under this collection. Select the empty and then enable the move gizmo and adjust the location of the empty by moving it towards the top of this geometry. Then select the geometry as well and move it down. And name these objects accordingly so that when we duplicate, the new objects will be named automatically. So Shift E to duplicate, move it down and adjust. So now let's create a static beam to which the top hinge constraints will be attached to. So the primitive add tool is a very convenient tool to sketch geometry when needed. So adjust it so that the hinge rotation would make sense. Again, organize your objects at regular intervals. So let's make that beam a passive rigid body object, and also we should apply scales so that the rigid body system functions properly. Great. Now it's time to add the rigid body hinge constraints and select the objects that will be constrained. Now let's orient these objects so that when we hit play, they'll fall down. So I'm going to use the 3D cursor orientation pivot and orient these like so. Now if you hit play, nothing happens. That's because we didn't tag these two geometry as active rigid bodies, and there you go. Thanks to the hinge constraint, we get this nice motion. Let's now frame the camera so that we can see the simulation through the camera and render it out if needed. I like to use the align active camera to view to move the camera to the user perspective position. And then there's another option called align active camera to selected. This lets us frame the objects to the camera, or rather frame the camera to the selected objects. And then I'm just pressing the grab hotkey and constrain and move accordingly. And there you go. So This is a simple tutorial. There's a lot you can do with Hinge constraints. I'll be recording more tutorials about constraints in general. So yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, just subscribe to my channel and enable notifications. All right, thank you very much for watching. See you later.